I just buried my wife and you're suing me for custody of my daughter?
I was so angry I was about to explode. As I turned to leave, me father-in-law suddenly grabbed me. I instinctively shook my hand free. Unexpectedly, he lost his balance and fell. Without giving it much thought, I turned and left with my daughter. Over this matter, I went to see a lawyer friend. After hearing my story, he said there was almost no doubt about the case. The judge would definitely award custody to the biological parents. Hearing the lawyer's words, I breathed a sigh of relief. But on that very day, the police suddenly showed up at my workplace.
We have a warrant for your arrest.
By the time I returned from the police station, my daughter had already been taken away by my father-in-law. Only then did I realize they had planned this all along. The lawyer informed me that if I were convicted in a criminal case, any chance of gaining custody of my daughter would be lost. At that moment, I felt utterly hopeless. I had just lost my wife, and now my father-in-law had schemed against me. Now I was about to lose my daughter as well. Everyone was putting pressure on me. Even the lawyer advised me to give up if the other side pressed criminal charges, and my mother-in-law testified in court that I pushed my father-in-law down. All my efforts would be in vain. I might even end up in prison. With circumstances like these, there was simply no way to win. But I didn't want to give up. Looking at my daughter in the car, a deep sense of helplessness and defeat overwhelmed me. The next day, the lawyer came to see me again. The other side had issued an ultimatum. If I signed away my custody rights, they would drop the criminal charges. Otherwise, I would have to go to jail. With no other choice, I could only sign. But just then, the dog saw what was happening. Without hesitation, he rushed over, snatched the document, and tore it to pieces. Watching his actions, I suddenly understood.
Call their lawyers. Tell them we'll see him in court. I'm with Enzo on this one.
You're sure?
I made Eve a promise. I'm not quitting.
Man, I gotta get me a dog.
Soon, the day of the court hearing arrived. As expected, my mother-in-law appeared as a witness. She described in court how I had pushed her husband down, but perhaps out of a guilty conscience. Just as the judge was about to pronounce me guilty, she suddenly spoke up.
I can't do this. I thought I could, but I didn't see anything. I'm only saying what you told me to say. I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. I know that Denny loved Eve too much to ever hurt her father.